Hello everyone, my name is Mavish Hassan and I'll be discussing internet addiction in adolescence using behavioral theories. Internet addiction is defined as an impulse control disorder of internet use that has negative impacts on daily life function, family relationships, and emotional stability. Adolescents appear to be a population at risk for developing internet addiction due to variability in developing their cognitive control and boundary setting skills. Internet addiction is more prevalent in Southeast Asian countries. About 8% of adolescents are addicted in China and 10.7% in South Korea. 4% US high schoolers were identified as addicted to internet, and for US college-aged youth, estimates greater than 8%. Internet addiction can have negative effect on cognitive functioning, which can lead to poor academic performance and engagement in risky activities, poor dietary habits, low quality of interpersonal relations, and self-injurious behavior. It can be comorbid with depression, insomnia, suicidal ideation, ADHD, social phobia, and many other behavioral issues. Internet addiction is a serious problem and cannot be dismissed as a transitionary phenomenon that will take care of itself. For risk factors, adolescents may develop excessive internet use through peer influence by observing and imitating their peers' attitudes and behavior. Specifically, peers may provide more internet access availability and gaming opportunities. Attenuated family ties, that is, more family conflict, negative family relations, is a risk factor. Adolescents who are sensitive to peer evaluation are more likely to seek out peer acceptance, which may increase their likelihood of becoming internet addicts. Failure to provide for the development of the child can also be a cause of internet addiction. For social determinants, community violence exposure has been linked to various addictive behaviors and internet gaming disorders. Negative teacher-student relationship, that is, lack of trust, lack of communication, and high levels of alienation is a social determinant as well. For ecological models, the social ecological model can help us understand the individual and environmental factors that causes internet addiction. On individual level, there are many personal traits which can predict the risk of internet addiction. Teenagers who are less likely conscientious are more prone. Similarly, teenagers who have other psychological issues or have sensation-seeking attitude are more likely to be addictive. Teenagers who show low levels of self-esteem in a real world may try to prove themselves in virtual world and could get addicted. On intrapersonal level, affiliation with problematic peers may be a risk factor. Family plays a vital role in person's development and behavior. Adolescents who are brought up in negative family environments, such as child neglect, are more prone. When children are neglected, they may get addicted to the internet to temporarily reduce the stress and seek comfort. Adolescents whose parents monitor their internet usage and pose limitations on it are less likely to be addicted. On community level, school and colleges environment are very important as well. Students who have good relationship with teachers such as trust, open communication, and support are less likely to have behavioral issues. Similarly, students' relationship among each other is essential for support in stressful situations and keep them away from addiction. Students who are more involved in school or college activities are unlikely to develop internet addiction and are involved in constructive activities. Despite being considered as a form of addiction, not much attention has been given to combat this issue so far. There is a gap between knowledge and development of policies to set rules for internet usage from experts like physicians, researchers, and policymakers. There are no regulations for internet providers from government as well. These factors may contribute the addictive behavior of adolescents for internet addiction. In etiology search, we will try to find out why adolescents are getting addicted to internet using behavioral theories. First theory I will discuss is Held Belief Model. It's a fair appeal model. A study was done on secondary school students in Hong Kong. Researchers found out that students' perceived susceptibility that they will get internet addiction, their perceived harmful effect, perceived benefits such as academic performance, relationship with parents were huge indicator of corrective measures. Cues to action such as parents, teachers, or social workers asking to reduce internet use and perceived efficacy like how much confidence students had in their abilities to reduce internet use were positively related to seek corrective measures for internet addiction. In another study, participants were asked to fill out a questionnaire and concluded that increased severity of negative consequences of internet addiction was a way to prevent internet addiction conversion. In trans-theoretical model, the study was done in graduate and undergraduate students enrolled at university in the southeastern United States. They were asked open and closed-ended questions about history of internet use, current internet use, self-perceived severity of problem, and receptivity to treatment. Researchers concluded that it was easier to recruit users who self-identify as internet overusers. Students with pre-contemplative orientations perceive their internet overuse as normative and benign. Contemplative, preparation, action stages of change are characterized by a student's awareness of problem, internet overuse behaviors, and some willingness to address such behavior. In another study, participants were recruited from various online gaming forums. Participants were asked questions whether they are ready to change and reduce their gaming use. Using decisional balance, the pros questions tended to ask participants if they viewed potential positive impacts of gaming as important reasons to play digital games. The cons questions tended to ask participants if they viewed potential negative impacts of gaming as important reasons to avoid playing digital games. Gamers in earlier stage of change, that is pre-contemplation or contemplation, would likely endorse higher pros from their behavior and recognize lower cons as important reasons to quit gaming. While previously problematic gamers in later stages of change, that is action or maintenance, would likely endorse lower pros from gaming and recognize higher cons as important reasons to quit gaming. For social cognitive theory, a study was done on medical undergraduate students in China. Students were asked about self-efficacy to reduce the time spent on video games, self-control to set goal to play less video games, and their outcome expectations of playing less video games. Researchers found out that improved self-efficacy, self-control, and positive outcome expectations of playing less video games were predictive of less time spent on playing. In another study, parents and adolescents were surveyed to assess the media use and environment of parents and their children. The results indicated that parents that spend a lot of time using computers outside of work tend to have adolescents that tend to spend more time with computers outside of school as well, compared with their peers. For interventional search, in health belief model, a study was done on female medical students in Iran. There was a group discussion about the negative consequences of internet addiction using constructs of perceived susceptibility, adopting preventive behaviors, and barriers of adopting preventive behaviors. Posters and pamphlets were used as a cue to action and to increase the self-efficacy. The intervention was a success, and post-tests after 4 months showed significant decrease in hours of internet use. In another study, an educational booklet to students' email that included all the structure of the health belief model on preventive behaviors of internet addiction using authoritative sources was sent. 10 electronic educational text messages were sent to the students' email as well. The results of the present study showed that educational interventions significantly promoted the average scores of knowledge and structures of health belief model, perceived susceptibility, perceived severity, perceived barriers, and self-efficacy. In trans-theoretical model, an intervention study was done in senior high school. In this study, counseling was used as a responsive service to the students. The intervention was adjusted to the stage of individual. Students were asked to perform activities that are more useful. It helped students to make decisions independently in solving their problems. In another study, participants included 30 college students who self-declared to experience fear of missing out regularly. Researchers developed a FOMO reduction method using trans-theoretical model. Stage of planning guided students to adopt technical countermeasures from the booklet. The results showed that most participants had a positive attitude towards using FOMO-R. In social cognitive theory, a study was done on middle school students of South Korea. This study used interaction-centered activities, empathetic communication, and peer support to increase performance outcomes. For vicarious learning, role modeling, case observing, and video watching were conducted. For verbal persuasion, encouragement, praise, feedback, education, and counseling were performed. The results showed that cognitive behavior and emotional intervention using cognitive theory significantly reduced the internet usage. Another study was done on 4th and 5th grade students in Thailand. According to the article, the most significant factor leading to game addiction was children's caretaker lack of knowledge and skill of the problem. Activities were used such as group discussion, self-analysis, group presentation in class, developing strategic plans for attempting their goal, sharing their experiences with the class. The program improved knowledge about addiction and attitude towards it. My approach would be to use health belief model as intervention. To raise awareness of perceived susceptibility and perceived severity, I would conduct surveys by questionnaires to ask students about time they spend on internet and what negative consequences they should expect from spending excessive time on internet. Students who considered themselves to be susceptible would be asked to enroll in group discussions and workshops led by counselors and experts to equip students with knowledge of pros and cons of internet addiction. Experts would create awareness by disclosing risk factors of internet addiction like psychological illnesses, poor academic performances, and low quality of interpersonal relations, and many more. This increased perceived threat of internet addiction can result in behavior change. In workshops, students would be given alternative activities. For perceived benefits, we can ask college administration to give students credits for engaging in extracurricular activities. This would give students incentive to minimize their use of internet. For cues to action, I would suggest creating a discussion group of parents, teachers, and counselors of susceptible college students. They will be asked to have active discussions about the negative consequences of internet addiction. To increase self-efficacy, we can send educational text messages to equip students with the ways and activities they can adopt and avoid use of internet. For ethical concerns, permission to carry out the intervention from educational institution should be obtained first. Participants should be assured of confidentiality of the information they would provide. Participants would have right not to participate in the study or withdraw from study at any time without any consequences. Signed consent form should be obtained from every individual participating in the study. Burden and cost include physical presence, time, and active participation in the program. Successful intervention requires self-motivation and personal accountability. My intervention would help college students to share alternatives of internet use, possible academic credits, and health benefits would be improved mental health, and better academic performance. Thank you for listening to my presentation. If you have any question, please ask and I would be happy to respond.